Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Today I am talking WIPS, works in progress. I've got lots, and in 2025 I'm going to try and make that pile that I have a lot smaller. So my job today is to go through all my WIPS and see what I can do and if it is possible to get to the end of this pile. Okay, so let's start with Inklings. So the first WIP I've got is in Inklings, and there's a bit of a story behind this one. So I've wanted this book for ages, and I didn't buy it from Amazon, but I got it secondhand off Marketplace, and there was nothing wrong with it. It hadn't been used. But when I got it, I did realize it was a US version. So the Amazon paper is so thin. I feel really sorry for you guys over there having to deal with this, because our paper it's not exceptional, but it is a lot better than this, and it's so much nicer to use. So I was planning on using watercolor in this book because I think that these images really call out for watercolor. So I decided my solution would be to use satin glazing liquid, and hopefully it would allow me to use water medium a little bit better. So what I did was I put 2 layers of satin glazing liquid on this page, and to be honest, it helped a bit, but it's still not great. So you can see, if you have a look here, it's got all the welling, and it's not nice. You know how sometimes you'll see this and it's nice? This doesn't look nice. And then here as well, it's just done really funny stuff. So I don't know if that's where I had my paintbrush strokes when I was putting the golden satin liquid on. But it hasn't done the best. But the way I did colour this in was just with Crayola Super Tips and a little bit of water just to make it into a bit of a watercolour wash. So it's not bad, and I really do think it's fixable. And this is going to be on probably one of my first ones that I get to. I think I can definitely fix it with some markers and some pencil. I'm not going to add any more watercolor or any water medium at all because I just don't think it works on this. But I will give it another go, and I'm thinking of maybe buying another Inklings one, maybe Inklings 2 or Inklings 3 from Amazon, and hopefully I'll get that nicer paper. Then I've got this one. This one is kind of nearly finished actually. I'm not too far off this one. Just this one here, so close to finishing it, but I did want to do all fur on these little guys and make it a little bit more detailed and just a little bit more shading in the background here. But nearly done, and I think that's probably a February one. I'll get that done in February, but I do put off fur because I'm just not great with it. But practice makes perfect, so I'll be onto that one, and I think that's super cute. Then I've got this one here. And this is a bit of a doozy. So I am going to do some collage in this one. The funny thing is, sometimes when I start pages, I have this like ideas in my head. I start them, I don't finish, I leave them, I come back and I was like, what was I doing? Like I have no idea what was going on. So for some reason this was in here. I colored this in and cut it out, and I must have been using this for something, but I'm really not sure. And then I've got this bird here that I've cut out to collage in. So I'm not sure. So I don't know what I'll do with this, but I really like this book, and the paper is rubbish. So this is another one that I'm probably going to end up just using pencil in it, I think. I think pencil is the best way to go, and maybe a little bit of collage. But I've just noticed I have got newspaper print all over here. Anyway, that's that one, and I will figure out what to do with it, but it's a bit all over the place at the moment. But that is a cute book if you haven't seen it. It has got a lot of beautiful pictures. I just wish the paper was a little bit more better. It's very thin. I didn't think it would, when I first bought it, didn't look that bad, but then when I tried stuff on it, I'd say the only thing you can really use on this is pencils. Oh, then we've got this one. This is a disaster, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to fix it. So It's embarrassing even showing this because it's terrible. But I don't even know what I was thinking. I did this ages ago. Obviously got some watercolor out, and I got some, like, it's got some sheen on it here. And yeah, I can't even say anything about this, but I will try and fix it because it's a beautiful picture. But to be honest, these have 2 images of each picture. So if I do bugger this up and it can't be fixed, I've still got it here. So that's a bit of a safety blanket for me. I can just go wild on this and try my hardest and fix it, thinking maybe some markers. I'll bring more watercolor into it, I think. I think I'll do a full base of watercolor and then go in with other mediums on top. That's my plan, but it's quite scary looking at it at the moment. But yeah, I will try my hardest to fix that one up. Then I've got Escape to Oz, which is my project book. So I've got lots of pages in here, but the couple that I'm got as WIPS, just this one here. So just basically have to colour in this beautiful lion and these mouse. And I was thinking of putting a little bit of collage in there. I'm not sure what yet. But once again, the fur has put me off finishing my lion. So I think I need to practice on fur this year because it is stopping me from finishing some pictures. And this one here. Basically just done the background and then just didn't know what else to do. I actually think that, oh no, what happened was I did this background when I was watching TV because I just wanted mindless colouring. And I love this colour as well. So I thought I'll just colour in the background and I'll come back and do the rest. So that's nice fun. It's just got an easy background and I'm not worried about that one at all. That's quite easy. All right, there's one in here. Oh, just this one here with the otters. So what happened here was I did the watercolour with some Temu watercolours that I got. And they're really, I'll show you. You can see how it just comes off my finger. They're really, really dusty. So I'm thinking of either going over with satin glazing liquid just to set it and then work on it again. Or I might actually go in with my oil pastels, which I think is going to be the safest option with this one because I just don't like how it's really powdery. And when I'm doing anything on it, my whole hand gets covered in it. So I'm not a lover of those watercolors. I think I'm actually going to throw them out so I don't accidentally use them again. But they did cover for a first base, but if I do put that golden satin glazing liquid, it will set it. So I might do that and then continue working on that. Such a cute picture, especially this little one here. Okay, then we've got one in this book, and I'm warning you before I get into this that it is absolutely terrible. I showed my daughter it and she was like, Mum, that is so bad. So I was like, yeah, I know, it's at the ugly stage, but I don't know. And usually I would just give up on this and be like, what was I even thinking? But what happened was I started using watercolor and then it wasn't working. So instead of giving up, I thought what I'd do is I'd just cover it all, even if it's not pretty and beautiful. So it's just a base coat. And then I'll go in with pencils and everything else. And I more or less will cover everything up, I think. But I like how there's like just like a little bit of green that's coming off and this color here that's coming off. So it's terrible, but I actually think that I can work with it and make something from it. And I think it's a bit of a challenge because it really is bad, but I will try my hardest because I really love this picture. And when I just buggered it up, I was like, why does it have to be such a nice picture? But that's what's made me go, I'm going to fix this. I'm not going to just leave it. So you will see me do that. I might even do a video of me doing that because it's going to be a big project. It's so bad, but I'll do it. I will fix it. It'll be a project of fixing this really terrible page. Then I've got one in Sagor Sagner, which is just this one here. I haven't done much at all, just the dragon, but I do have to do the rest. And I think maybe I'm going to do a really dark background, maybe even a galaxy background. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with this building, what colour to do with this building. Might have some light coming out of the windows and maybe even onto the dragon a little bit. But yeah, I'm not sure, but this book holds me back because I really, really like it, and I don't want to do anything to ruin it. And as you know, I can't get another copy, so if I ruin it, I'll be devastated. So that's why I've stopped and haven't done anything more on it. It's kind of like fear more than anything. But in my head, I do have ideas, so I will get onto it and get that background. And I haven't used watercolor in this book, but I've heard that it reacts really well with the paper and it's no problem with it going through to the back page. So I might give that a go for the background. All right, A Million Little Monsters by LuLu Mayo. This is the only LuLu Mayo book I've got. And I have seen everyone colour in these in such beautiful, bright colours. I thought I would give it a go. And I'm not happy with this. I think it's terrible. But so it's halfway finished. And because it's halfway finished, I don't want to just abandon it. I want to try and do something with it. So my idea was these little things here I was thinking of making into little crystal caves. So I was thinking if I use some bright colours and maybe bring in some golds and some metallics and do these as crystal caves. And then obviously there's not much highlights going on and these guys aren't finished. So there's a lot of work to be finished, and hopefully at the end when I do finish it, it will look a lot better. But I do like this dragon here. That worked out really well. And I've just got to figure out in my mind how to colour in the crystal caves, and I'm hoping that it will turn out well. I got really into it and then just stopped. And then when I came back to it, I wasn't really too keen on it. So that's what stopped me from continuing. But the more I look at it, the more things I can see I can do with it. So just get some more markers, and it probably just needs a lot of the lines can be covered up, which will really improve what it looks like as well with some acrylic markers. And this one here is the longest standing WIP ever. Just this one here. So most of you have probably already seen this in my other videos, and as you know, this is another project book that I am trying to collage on every page. So this back here is all collage, and the rest has been coloured in with pencil, and all I have to colour in is these little bits here, but for some reason I just haven't done it. But it's just, I'm going to use pencil, just normal pencil, because I've used pencil with everything else, so I think it will look odd if I don't use pencil. And the pencil seems to blend in with the collage here as well. It's not too much of different in colours. So yeah, that's my plan, just pencil, get in it. There's hardly nothing to do, so I've really just got to jump on it and get in. I could easily do that watching TV, so yep, that will definitely be done soon. I say that, and then next year I'll have this book as a WIP book. I know it, because I for some reason I just do not want to colour in those presents, but I will try and get it done. All right, I've got a weird WIP in here. So what's happened here is I had a plan, a collage plan, which was to collage. So there's obviously he's looking into this glass here, and here was nothing, it was empty. So he's obviously looking at it being empty and thinking, why is it in empty? But what I wanted to do was I wanted to put something really strange in here. So he would be looking at whatever it was that I collaged in here. So I tried so many different things. First of all, I had like some cake with some fairies on, and I didn't like that. And then this here, I had like eggs, and I had like spaceman, and then I had like this big like space monster coming out and wrapping itself around, but I didn't like that, so I ripped it off. So now it's just like this empty space. So I have to actually go through my collage books and find something that will fit in there. And then I just have to do around the back. So it's more or less finished. It's just, and I've got to do his skin, but it is more or less finished. It's just, I just have to find what I'm putting in there, and then I'll work that colour in with the background. But it's just a hunt really. I just have to hunt through and find something to pop there. This is another long-standing WIP. And it's this one here. I wanted this book so desperately. like one of those books that literally I would see and just be like, oh my gosh, I want that so much. I love that book. I got it and now literally have not coloured in it. This is all I've coloured in. It's really strange. I think I'm going to have to do some more colouring in it this year because it's such a beautiful book. The pictures are just so amazing and the paper is fantastic too. So I'll get onto that, but I really just have to finish this off and there is quite a lot left. And I really just want to do it all in pencil, to be honest, maybe with a little bit of highlighting at the end with some maybe gel pens or Tooly Art pens. But at the moment, that's what's happening and it's not much, but hopefully I can get some more done on that one. Then we've got one in this Colouring Heaven book, which is another one that I absolutely love. Absolutely. It's this one here. So same deal, this one with the satin glazing liquid. So I tried to colour in this to start with without the glazing liquid and it just wasn't working. So I put the satin glazing liquid on. I put 3 coats and it's gone super wrinkly, which is much to be expected because this paper isn't the best. And then I have used Crayola Super Tips on this as well. But I think I might go back in with some watercolour. I'm trying to make it look like quite muddy and spooky. I don't want it to look bright. So I've got to go in with some watercolour, maybe some oil pastels. There's a lot that I can do with this page. I'm really looking forward to it. I basically love this book. The artwork is just beautiful and stunning and I'm so glad I got my hands on this one. Sometimes some of the Colouring Heaven magazines we don't get over here in Australia, or you'll see them and for some reason we just don't get them on the shelves of our news agencies. And there's a few that I've missed that I'm devastated that I've missed and really, really want. And so I'm so glad I got my hands on this one. It's beautiful and I'm actually looking forward to this one. There's lots of WIPS there that I've showed you that is kind of a bit of a, I need to do it because it's halfway done. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I know when I get into it, I'll enjoy it. But this is one that I am looking forward to and have been looking forward to doing. And I was supposed to do it for Halloween, but I just didn't get to it. So that is definitely on one of the top of my list to get done. And I'll probably do some more pages in this book this year as well. And then the last one is the Explorer's Journey, and you might have recently saw me do this one here. So I recently did a video on doing this background and I just haven't gotten around to doing the front yet. So I will put a link to this video if you want to see it of how I did this background here. So looking forward to that. Not much to do. I'm really not sure of what colours to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to have this glowing or I'm going to have this more dark and have the background glowing. Not sure. I've got to think more about that, but I probably will be using something like oil pastels or even markers with a bit of pencil on top. So there you have it. So that's all my WIPs that I'm planning on doing this year. I'm the kind of person that I will start a page and if I'm not loving it, I just won't bother finishing it and I'll pop it away because colouring is super relaxing for me. I use it like a meditation thing. So if I'm not loving it or enjoying it, I don't want to do it and I'll pop it away. But you do often feel when you come back to it, you look at it and you have like a new outlook and you can see different ways to do things. Like I said, sometimes I'll just stop when I physically think I can't do something like fur. I really have to practice fur this year. It's something on my list of stuff that has to be learnt. And then I'll feel more confident in finishing off some of the pages back there that have the fur on. So thank you so much for listening, guys. And if anyone has any of these books and would like to do any of the pictures that I showed you as a buddy colour, let me know because then it will like urge me to get a jog on and get them done. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.